And this is the Tradewaiters podcast, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is, Daniel. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. This is a comic book club. Mm-hmm. We read different trade paperbacks every week.
Yes, we do.
For you.
For the people. Someone's got to do it.
Kind of for me, too. It keeps me on track.
Yeah.
I don't know how... I would never read this many comics without the podcast.
Yeah, I'd still be averaging like 3 to 5 a week or something.
If that.
If that.
I'm Daniel and you're Nathan. We're brothers. We read comics.
Yes, we do.
We got...
It's my birthday.
Oh, yeah, it is your birthday, huh?
Yes.
That's why we're all here.
Yep, that's why everyone's gathered and listened in today, because they knew, this is the big birthday episode.
Yeah, we love that.
We do a thing where I make you read a thing, and you can't say no.
Yep.
But before we do that, Dana, we have some time codes with different segments. We got the news. We got the book that we're going to read this week. The back matter for said book. If there's any back matter, who's to say? Who's to say? And then the
Just
poll
tune
list.
in. Yep.
Where we shove things in our box.
Mm-hmm. Each other's box.
That would be kind of cool. If I could just put things in your poll list.
Like, here, make him read this.
Dino really wants this, by the way. He wants the expensive variant, too.
Yeah.
But let's get into the news.
Nathan.
Yeah. What's good?
The fans, they begged. They did everything. They prayed for a sequel to Sky High. And we're getting Sky University.
Whoa. Are we really?
Coming from Disney.
On Disney Plus?
I don't know yet.
Is Kurt Russell going to be there?
I assume so.
Oh, okay. Or is he dead? No.
I can't remember.
No way he'd be dead in that show, right? That's awesome.
And what's great about that is fake news, Nathan.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Are you kidding me? I was so excited. The ideas were coming up. Why'd you say, I don't know if it's fake news?
It's supposed to be set 5 years after the first one, even though it's been 16 years or something. I saw, Discussing Film, that Twitter account?
Yeah.
There's a fake one. It's Disbussing Film. And someone took a screenshot and made a whole TikTok about this news. And I wrote it down.
That is so funny.
And I went to go look for it again, and I found out it was fake. And I'm like, Nathan needs to feel what I just felt.
God damn it. A glimmer of hope, you mean?
Yeah.
For this dark, dark world?
Because I think about that movie a lot, and I'm just like...
I do need to rewatch.
I didn't realize that there was hope for a sequel, you know?
Yeah, it would make a lot of sense, I think.
Yeah, even now, when everyone's like old.
I actually don't remember much about the movie.
I just remember there was a guy...
Were they on a cloud?
They were like in a cloud.
Would the university be on a cloud?
Yeah, obviously.
The dorms there? Yeah, that's true. It's a dumb question.
And then there was that fire guy, and there was Zack Attack, who could just glow.
Zack Attack. What a sick name.
Anyway.
Okay, well, here's a sequel that is real and is coming out. Money Shot Comes Again.
Oh, wow.
A sequel to Money Shot by Tim Seeley.
Cool.
Comes out sometime April 2023. So that's pretty cool.
Right in time.
And I really like the cover for this because it's a reference to like Infinity Gauntlet or something, and it looks really cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
So pretty fun.
Got to catch up on that too.
Yeah. That's actually a good series.
I have that in like a special Amazon wish list because I'm like, I don't want my family shopping on my wish list and seeing this book called Money Shot.
But it looks innocent enough to where you don't really know that it's about sex. And then if someone asks you, is this about sex? You'd be like, get your mind out of the fucking gutter.
And yes.
But yeah, it is. Also, this is more Tim Seeley news.
Ooh.
But Masters of the Universe returns to comic books in 2023. Dark Horse is going to be publishing a 4-issue anthology limited series set in the universe of the Netflix animated series of Masters of the Universe.
So I gotta do homework to read comics?
I guess so. You gotta read the show and then you could read the comic. But Tim
gotta read the show, Nathan.
You gotta read the show, watch the comic, and then Tim Seeley's doing one of those. But I didn't look at to see who else. No one really caught my mind.
Wait, so there's a couple books coming out?
4 books,
wow,
anthologies, a bunch of people. So that's interesting.
Wait, like one shots or something? Or,
I think so.
Okay, that's fun.
Very fun.
Never been too attached to the Masters of the Universe franchise.
But maybe like an anthology thing would be just digestible enough for you. Maybe you don't need to know everything.
Perhaps, yeah.
Maybe it's a Skeletor one shot. Is that his
That'd be
name?
cool. Yeah, Skeletor, I think. Yeah, we got a Super Mario trailer, like a full trailer.
Yeah, I saw that.
Looks good.
Mario Kart, pretty cool.
Mario Kart, Rainbow Road.
I think we saw Diddy Kong.
We saw Donkey Kong for sure.
We saw Donkey Kong.
I did not see Diddy Kong.
I saw one comment, and it just kind of like, I'm never gonna like unsee it. But they said that they made Donkey Kong look like a Dr. Seuss looking ass character because his eyes are so close together. If you see a picture, you'll remember it, but you know what he's talking about. But I can't unsee it now.
I just thought it was just basically cut and paste from the games.
You know, I thought so too, and then someone said that, and I'm like, you're so right. It's like he looks like a Horton Hears a Who character, you know?
Oh no.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. We got a good wahoo at the end.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that was something. Everyone else seems pretty good. Like. Someone pointed out it's probably good that the movie isn't trying to save Princess Peach because that would be a little basic.
Yeah,
I agree.
And Anya Taylor-Joy
sounds great.
Sounds great. I've never been more attracted to Princess Peach, or more so than usual, until her like talking like a badass, you know. And Princess Peach is a badass in this, so it seems because she's like carrying swords and stuff. She's taking off the dress.
Yeah, taking the dress off. She's gonna be fighting.
Love it. Can't wait. If there's like a badass Princess Peach game, I would so buy it, you know, where she's
there should be. There needs to be one.
Yeah.
Luigi's got a mansion because he's got it like that.
Yeah.
You know, why not a Peach game?
Yeah. She doesn't need a mansion. She just needs to fuck shit up.
Daniel, in Marvel's Midnight Suns, the video game that's kind of like XCOM, if you know what that is. You probably don't, though.
I know Capcom.
XCOM. It's a turn-based strategy game.
That's what Marvel Knights is going to be?
Yeah.
Oh, boo.
And no, I think it's good. I think it'll be good. It
so
features,
it's like Pokemon?
No.
Huh.
Kind of. I mean, like that idea, like one side attacks.
It's like Ghost Rider, Pen and Stare.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's just XCOM, but you don't know what that is. Basically, there's like a grid, and you could position people in certain spots, and they have abilities that they can do that. Maybe like a range attack only goes like 4 squares ahead.
So it's like chess.
It's kind of a little bit like chess, but add Pokemon. That's what I would say. And that's a pretty good, actually really good. I'm very proud of this. Anyway.
Can't wait not to buy it.
Marvel's Midnight Suns features an in-game system that lets players create their own comic book covers. Which is kind of interesting. So you could put, Wolverine on a cover with Blade, and then you can make him do something, I guess. Or add all the people, or Iron Man is in this game, I guess, for some reason.
I bet it'd be pretty limited on like what you can do for the covers.
I am curious. Sure. But I thought that was an interesting thing that they did. Steve Ditko is he's passed away, but his estate is selling the vintage Spider-Man comic books that he has on an auction. Normally I wouldn't really care, but he does have an Amazing Fantasy 15 that he's kept throughout the years. And what's funny about this is that it's in like pretty good condition, but he like ripped out an ad page or something in the middle of the comic book. And so it's like graded like super low now because there's a full ass ad like ripped out of it. But I think that's so funny.
Yeah.
He's also got like 1 to 3 copies of Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 38 and a couple annuals and stuff like that. Some of them starting bids are like only like $200 or something. So pretty good. Obviously they're not going to end there, but
yeah.
I thought that Amazing Fantasy 15 fact was pretty funny.
Yeah. He's like, I want it just to be my work.
It's just my work. Fuck this ad.
It's kind of amazing that there's only one ad in the book. Maybe that's how it worked back in the day.
I don't know.
Sales were just
I think they had them on like the inside covers. Or maybe like the back cover.
Maybe.
I think it was like something like that. And then they would only have one on like
so
the inside.
Funny.
Yeah. But he was like, fuck this page.
Like he could have like a couple million,
Yeah, the whole estate could have had like a couple more mil.
But he just had a petty moment.
But Ditko's like, nah, fuck this ad. It's ruining the storytelling flow. So that's pretty good.
Nathan, do you know that Yoda has a first name?
Is Yoda his last name?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
His first name is Minch. Minch Yoda is his full name.
Wow. How'd you find that out?
I saw a very upsetting TikTok about it. And
some things you don't need to just put on TikTok, whoever made that TikTok.
Yeah. And they got it straight from Wikipedia, so we know it's
legit.
It's legit.
Yeah. That is vetted by Disney every single time.
Didn't you remember when they felt the need to name the genre of music that like the Mos Eisley band was playing in the cantina?
What was it called?
It's not jazz. It's jizz, Nathan.
It's not.
I swear to God.
No.
I wish I was lying.
I'm gonna Google jizz music right now, and if that does not come up right now,
Like, I'm not clever enough to make that up.
oh my God, the first entry is Wikipedia.
Yeah.
No way. When did that happen? When was that made canon?
1977, Nathan.
That was no, not 1977. There's no way George Lucas was like, I'm gonna call this music jizz.
I mean, like, what, like almost 50 years ago?
But who decided to be like, I'm gonna name this jizz? Jizz? That's insane.
Isn't that so funny?
God, in like 2 sentences, you've killed a little bit of my love for Star Wars.
I mean, it's not like they say that in the movie.
If they
You're
did,
like, oh yeah,
I would
love me
like it.
some jizz music.
You like jizz? If they did say that in the movie, I would be okay with it because that's funny.
Oh man, I'd probably walk out of the theater.
What else do I have? I think that's it. Not a whole lot going on, but that's okay.
Alrighty.
Yep, that's everything. So let's get into the book that we read this week, Daniel.
Alrighty.
We read The Brave and the Bold, Batman and Wonder Woman. Bit of a mouthful. By Liam Sharp. Who else was a part of this? Liam Sharp was the writer and artist. Romulo Fajardo Jr. is the colorist. And Al W's Troy Pateri is the letterer. And this is... Brave and the Bold's like a thing where they put like 2 people together and then they go do an adventure. And sometimes they're funky and sometimes they're not. I think The Brave and the Bold is technically the first comic book I've ever read.
With like...
It was like
Green Lantern or something?
It was a Green Lantern and Flash Brave and the Bold.
Okay.
That my buddy Parker ordered for me off my comic shop. He's like, I'm going to order some comics. You want some of this? And I'm like, I don't know what I want.
You want some of this?
Yeah, pretty much. I remember it was like in English class. He's like, dude, I found this website. I'm going to order some comics. You want some comics? And I'm like, that sounds lame, but yeah, sure.
Like, how do you have money?
Yeah. And although I guess technically my first would have been Bone, but like the first like serialized comic book I got, I think it was Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, but I didn't even know that Bone was a comic when I read it.
Yeah,
first, you know?
I didn't either. I'm like, this is a picture book.
I'm like, this book is way better than the other ones.
Yeah, it is. I like that they don't have to describe what's happening. I can just see it.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of Liam Sharp, and I've always seen like the cover for Brave and the Bold, and I'm like, damn, this looks like a banger.
I don't think I've ever seen the cover for Brave and the Bold.
Really? Oh, I think he just tweets it a lot, and then I see him like, he's very active on Twitter, so he's got a lot of banger art, and this comes up a lot, so I've always wanted to read it, which is why I picked it for my birthday. What did you think, just overall?
So I had a lot of emotions reading this. First off, incredible artwork, like
Unreal.
banger. Like it's like perfect.
Every page.
Yeah. Like every page could be like a puzzle. You know what I mean?
That's such a good way to describe this.
Because it's so like it's so detailed, and like it would be a bitch if it was a puzzle because like of how
It would be like a certified jigsaw puzzle.
yeah, like there's not a lot of flats or anything where you'd be like, oh, these are the blue pieces for the sky or whatever, you know? I like I don't know what you call it, like medieval kind of inspiration for it because of the world that they go into. And with that, they have all this like Celtic looking page borders, which is really dope.
Yeah.
It starts out like a little dense, but
I agree.
I think like what I needed was just to see like the full pages and read it that way. That kind of helps.
Yeah.
Rather than panel to panel.
Panel to panel is tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Normally I'm great with that, but I've just been getting away from it, you know?
That's what I like about his stuff is that he gets really creative with his page designs. Like almost always. Like if there's ever like a big like dialogue heavy page, and there's a few of them in here.
he distracts you. He's like, hey, look at how cool
He's
this
like,
is.
wow, look at these cool panel borders. Isn't it like medieval?
Don't think about all those words.
And I'm like, wow, this picture looks really cool. What the hell is going on? But yeah, that's exactly what he does. And that's why I like him. He does that a lot in Green Lantern, which is cool.
Okay. Yeah, but it like I think once I started reading like the full pages, it felt like it lightened up a little bit. And then once kind of the story kind of got going, then the flow is much better.
Yeah.
So I at first I'm like, I gotta get through this. It felt like I was reading The Lord of the Rings almost.
Yeah.
You know? And then it came together and I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. I like this now.
Yeah.
I went from like I like it to like I love it.
Okay, cool. We're not supposed to do ratings yet, but I'm just kidding. But
that's not my actual rating. It's not my final rating.
Okay, sure. I think this is like a pretty prime example of like what I look for in Liam Sharp's art. He's gotten very creative since this. in like how he does art. I think this was traditional.
What do you mean traditional?
I think that what he penciled was traditional, and like doing all the art was traditional. And now he's implemented more digital, which kind of opens up how he can get creative. And he does that a lot in Green Lantern in ways that are super strong. But something about just like traditional artwork is really satisfying. And
you mean just like pencils?
Like pencils and inks and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because he does like all of the art other than the coloring, which coloring would be
really
a
helps.
massive feat.
Oh, dude, can you
With
imagine?
how detailed this guy is, it would be incredibly difficult to find balance on a page.
The fucking like landscapes and shit.
Yeah,
that are
all
in
the
this.
landscape pages could be a lot of noise to digest. And the colorist Fajardo Jr. fucking knocked it out of the park. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're like perfect together.
Yeah, exactly.
And I would be a little appalled if they didn't do every book together, which I'm sure they don't.
I don't think they do. No.
Damn, that sucks. Because this is like
Because he is
quite
really
a
good.
team.
He's very good at balancing like the foreground and background and being like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to focus on. And then when you're done reading whatever you're supposed to read on the page, it's nice to like look at everything. And it's like, wow, this is insane. Like
It's called
this
contrast, Nathan.
contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that being said, I think a little bit of the story was a little mystical and fantasy for me. And I typically like don't read a whole lot of fantasy books. And this was
Right.
definitely like, if you're into fantasy, if you're into like Lord of the Rings, I think this is like right up your alley. Because
Sure.
it's just Lord of the Rings with superheroes, it feels like.
I don't think it was too much though. Like it
wasn't-
seemed
yeah.
easy enough to follow, you know?
Yeah, because it's like a mystical fantasy story that's tied into like Celtic, like gods and history and stuff like that.
Yeah. The only thing is like just kind of like the names and stuff. Like it's just all this stuff that's like made up places and made up names.
That always confuses me because I never like remember names, and so it took me like 3 issues to be like, okay, the Fomorians and the De Danann are like different races of people.
Like this place is called Turnanog or something.
Yeah, Turnanog.
And I'm like, okay.
I do like that name.
As I say it out loud, I'm like, I guess it's not that bad.
Yeah, but yeah, let's get into it. So
There's even like a fucking page at the end where it shows you how to pronounce all the names.
I know, put that in the front.
Please.
I was saying
I felt so dumb reading this in my head.
I was saying Cernunos the whole time. I think it's Kernanos.
Yeah.
Actually, I need to go back and read it because I actually don't know.
We'll do the listeners.
Kernunas.
Canunas.
Yeah.
All right, what else is on that
He
page?
looks fucking cool, by the way.
He was like my favorite part.
Yeah. He one of the reasons this book was like top of mind is because there's that new Netflix show or movie or something that came out with Aquaman. Or not Aquaman, sorry,
Oh.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
The actor.
So Aquaman.
Pretty much Aquaman, yeah. But he looks almost like this because he's got like long hair, beard, and he's got like a horn thing, right? And so he was like, if someone ever made a movie, I'd want him to play it. And I'm
Except
like,
he's like homeless looking in the real world, you know, with the clothes that he wears.
yeah, exactly. So anyway, issue 1, it opens with a mystical plane of existence, I guess, called Tirnanog. And there's like 2 races of fairies, I think is what they call them, at war. And there's the god, Cernunnos, is attempting to like keep the peace. And so Cernunnos asks help from Wonder Woman to help broker peace in this like land. And she was trying to have like a getaway vacation with like Steve Trevor, but she accepts to help him anyway.
Dude, this is like probably like my favorite Wonder Woman.
Oh, she looks great.
She's like perfect.
Yeah,
She looks so cool.
I think he did a Wonder Woman run like before this.
Okay, so
He has like he knows how to do it because she does look like just incredible. I think he does really good with hair.
good hair.
I kind of laugh sometimes at like how perfect he makes men's faces look. It looks like handsome Squidward to me a little bit. Like if you just look at this panel of Steve Trevor, I'm just like, okay, this guy is like a Finnish model or something. Like he's just supposed to be sitting there listening to Wonder Woman, and this is what his face is like.
Yeah.
So,
What are you saying?
so everybody does look really perfect, and
Except
then-
when too pretty.
yeah. And then in the Irish quarter of Gotham, Batman finds people standing like still and acting weird. So he goes to investigate, and he doesn't really find anything. But separately, there's a homeless man there that's trying to be admitted into Tirnanog. So he seems kind of crazy. How sick is Liam Sharp at drawing buff men? Daniel?
Pretty good.
'Cause
Everyone's
when you first-
absolutely shredded.
When you first see Batman, he's curling weights, and I think
No
that's
problem.
the best. And he's shirtless, and I think that's the best introduction.
Absolutely.
you get to him, because like that is insane. He has like such an unbelievable sense of like anatomy and like veins and drawing all that, and it's just like, damn, that's insane.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fun. Carnunas explains that Tir Nanog is like a fairyland with two races. You get the De Danann and the Fomorians who live there. I think the De Danann are supposed to be like the normal people-looking race, and then the Fomorians are like devilishly-looking dudes, or like goblins, or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
So they live there, and so Wonder Woman arrives to the court. They discover that the king of the land, Aletha, was killed, and then in Gotham, Batman gets stuck in like a trance or something, and he's seeing monsters in his mind.
There's like, I think my favorite part about this book was like all like the establishing like setting shots. They're just them real small and be like, hey, look at over here.
Yeah.
And then it's just like we're in the sky somehow. And
Yeah, I'm like, what?
and
so
look at this cool castle.
They're like walking, when they're going to the court of De Danann, like Wonder Woman and Carnunos, they're just like walking on this floating stone path. Mm-hmm. What if you fall?
Yeah.
What happens? Are you just dead?
How are they not slipping right
It
now?
looks gorgeous. It
Yeah.
looks very mystical and cool. What happens?
Yeah, I just love this. Like
If you trip on a
everything's
rock,
floating for some reason.
everything's floating, but it's great. Or like that, yeah, that's this establishing shot of like the court. I'm like, this is insane. Like the sun setting on it even is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, really cool to see. And I like how he draws like Batman, like expressing like emotion and feeling fear. Like that feels really like gritty and stuff. Like when he's getting in like this trance and he's like all scared. I think he's really good at expressing emotion through the cowl.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
how do you
fun.
feel about the Batman Rebirth suit?
I think it makes it look good. I like the Rebirth logo,
Yeah.
because that's the one with like the orange outline, right?
I think it's like yellow, but yeah, the outlines the bat.
Yeah, I like that suit a lot.
And then there's like purple like in the cape, I guess.
Is
And
there?
Yeah, it's like it's not always used, but most of the time.
I've never seen purple on that cape.
Okay. Well, you're wrong. Okay, look at this page right here.
Oh, like under the cape?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Ew.
On the underside.
That is
That's a very
interesting.
important Rebirth design choice.
Really?
Yeah.
So like Tom King's Batman Rebirth has purple under his cape.
Sure does.
I've never noticed that.
Because that's the only thing that distinguishes that suit is like the outline and then the purple.
Yeah, I thought it was just the outline, which I think is pretty cool. I think
Yeah,
it's a good
no,
design.
they like moved away from this after just a few issues. It felt like,
Yeah.
but I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I think it's a good middle ground to just having like the yellow circle, which seems like really big and like weird.
They don't really do the circle anymore.
But
it
they
seems
used
like.
to.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so I think, and then they would just do just the logo, like gray suit, black logo. I think this is a cool middle ground and adds like a little bit of texture.
It's cool to break it up, you know.
Yeah, it is cool.
So it's not just shades.
I agree. So I like it a lot. So issue 2, Wonder Woman breaks up the fighting between the De Danann and the Fomorians, and then uses her lasso to get the truth out of like the kid that was suspected of killing the king, and basically clears her. And then Batman gets broken out of his trance in Gotham with the help of Alfred, being the goat as always, who leads him out, and then figures out that like this is probably magic.
For some reason, the Batman stuff just kind of flows a lot faster. It's like less dense. There's less going on. You know,
Yeah.
he's just tripping, and so it almost makes it to where I look forward to the Batman stuff, not just because he's Batman. You know.
Yeah, I think that his stuff is just a lot simpler. He's like, whoa, I see monsters, Alfred, help me out. And then Alfred's like, well, just like walk this way. I'll get the Batmobile
It's
for
like
you.
find a wall, touch it,
Keep going.
It's a real wall.
And then go, I'll bring the Batmobile over.
Yeah.
Something I've always loved with some Batman artists is when they do like the little twirly thing at the end of the cape. He only does it once here, but I just like, I love that little twirly thing.
It's very Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about it, but I think that's always a fun detail. I also like we mentioned a little bit, but there's like the page dress, or like what do you call like this, you know?
Border, I guess.
They're like, yeah, borders or
Page
details
borders.
that make it feel more like mythical.
Nathan,
think
you know
it's
what I
good.
like?
What do you like?
I like a nice bat bulge.
He does have a bat bulge that's pretty apparent the whole time.
I
noticed that too.
I turned the page, my eyes went straight there.
Whoa.
I was like, oh my God. We get it.
It's like a whole other piece too.
Yeah, it's like sewn differently.
It's like, okay, when whoever was making this, Lucius Fox or whatever, he's like, okay,
he definitely underestimated.
I've heard the feedback from Batman, and I need more bulge.
I need to sew in this cup to be much bigger.
Yeah, shit's crazy. So to help investigate the killing of this king and hopefully keep the peace between the Fomorians and the De Danann, Wonder Woman wants to bring in a detective. So she portals into the Batcave and scoops him up. That's basically what happens in this issue.
Be like, hey, I see you're not busy.
Yeah. You're like, oh, there's magic shit going on here. You should come with us, actually. There's this guy like Patrick that wants to gain access to Tir na Nog, or he actually does gain access. I think it's when Carnunas like portals Batman into Tir na Nog that opens up like a passageway. I never really understood the Patrick character. In this story,
we'll get to it.
We do get to it. I know that there's a thing where people switch bodies or whatever, but I don't know who Patrick is because he never comes back up. So
I don't think he needs to.
Maybe not. Also, there's a mention of like the Dark Side War Batman in like that chair. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that's
what is that called? The
Morbius chair.
Morbius. Dude, Batman morbed first.
Yeah, or no, the Mobius chair. I think it's Mobius.
I think it's Mobius. I don't think it's Morbius.
Hold on, let me fucking check.
No, it's definitely Mobius. Because I remember thinking it was like the artist Mobius.
Mobius chair.
If it's Morbius chair, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Nathan,
it's not Morbius chair, is it?
It's Morbin time.
Oh my God, are you serious? Oh, okay.
So it is the Mobius chair, but it's not spelled like the artist Mobius. It's like
it's just Mobius, right?
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Mobius we know, which we definitely should read a Mobius thing.
I've tried to read Silver Surfer Parable, which is by Stan Lee and Mobius.
No, we gotta read the Inkle.
That would work too.
But anyway, yeah, it is the Mobius chair.
Yeah.
Every time there's something that sounds close to Morbius, I just say Morbius. Like in an episode, we were talking about Sandman, and I meant Morpheus, but I said Morbius, and I stuck to my guns. And you're like, "Are you sure it's Morbius?" I'm like, "I swear to God,
100%."
I'm like, "I've watched more Sandman than you," and I'm still wrong.
You're so wrong. Jared Leto's just infected your mind.
I know. I can't get him out. It's ruined my life.
Yeah,
I've lost all credibility.
That's so funny.
Anyway,
you almost gaslight me into thinking that every single time too.
I know. I'm sorry.
Morbius. So yeah, issue 3, Batman wakes up in Tir na Nog, and then he like skinny dips, which is funny. He can't like remember where he is, and then he goes and like takes a bath. I think he just wanted a reason to like draw Batman in some underwear, which I don't blame him.
Yeah.
You know? But then Diana mentions that Tir na Nog time moves like a lot slower, so he shouldn't worry about saving Gotham quite yet because the time that they experience in real time is much slower in the real world, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a day and a half there. It's like an hour at home.
Yeah, which is cool. So, and then Diana basically explains the Tir na Nog history of its people and stuff while they ride on horses. And Daniel, I love a Batman on a horse.
Oh, it's the best.
I don't know what it is about it, but I'm like, this just feels good. I know that in Tom King's run, he's on a horse for a little bit.
I think in Scott Snyder's run, he's on a horse too.
What is it? What is it about the horse?
I think it's like 0 Year or something.
That makes sense. Remember. Yeah. Which I've never read. Is that any good?
I barely remember. Like the OG Red Hood is in it, I think, which is kind of crazy.
Oh, okay.
I can't explain to you why, but I remember just thinking it looked cool, you know?
Yeah.
Which is half the battle.
Sick name. 0 Year.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like this stone with like a natural hole in it that acts as like a lens to see fairy magic. I think it's a fun mystical thing.
Yeah.
Because it has to be like a natural stone with like a hole in it, and it works as like a lens.
Yeah. And he can see all the fairies and stuff.
Yeah. And then they're like, there's 2 invisible fairies right here. And they're like, oh shit, he's right.
He can see us.
And so they find those Fomorians that are invisible, and Batman's like questioning them about King Aletha and his like potential enemies and stuff, trying to figure out who killed him. And then he's like, did the Fomorians kill him? And then they take offense and they start a fight with them. So
Nathan, I know you've been like kind of feeling deprived, but don't worry, there's another bat bulge.
Okay, good. I must have missed all of these. I appreciate you.
This one's at a different angle, so it just looks bigger now.
Why is he standing like that?
Yeah.
He knows. He knows he's packing.
Yeah, I know.
That's so funny.
I didn't even. So I wrote down like page 66 for this one, but I just noticed the last one as we were like going through it again.
Oh my God. Yeah. Page 66.
I like a Batman with a little scruff, you know, he isn't prepared to leave home.
Yeah.
You know, so like
The scruff is good. You need some of that.
little 5 o'clock shadow.
Although I did notice that like in the first issue, when you see just Batman with scruff and you see like Steve Trevor even, the colors just like colors the whole like bottom part of the face gray, and it just looks like they're diseased.
Oh, really?
That's like the only time I've been like, what is this coloring doing? Because like Steve Trevor has it, but he doesn't have like lines to show like stubble. So he
Yeah.
just looks diseased.
Sick.
Yeah, he looks sick. So that's something I noticed. But I love that Liam like adds these like mystical creatures into like the background. Like there's big like rock formations and like mountains that look like orcs or something. So that's pretty cool. Do you ever notice them?
Yeah, just few things here and there.
Like there's this guy as they're walking around.
Yeah, I thought that guy was going to come to life and cause a
eat them.
problem.
Yeah. So, or there's this one cool as they're just like walking away. They're just like mountains, but they're clearly like faces.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that one.
Yeah, that one's cool.
The thing I noticed in this issue is that like I feel like Batman doesn't really talk like he does in this. You know, like let me just read you like a little panel. He's like, besides the king, has anybody actually died in these skirmishes? That's like line for line Batman dialogue. It just didn't feel
I could see him
how
saying
he
that.
talks. You know,
I think he is trying to get like specific. You know, skirmishes is like that's a word. You know,
it's a word.
it's a word.
It just doesn't seem like word he'd use.
Yeah, I don't know. I do love this idea though of putting Batman in like this mystical land where like there's not a whole lot of facts that like apply.
Yeah, he like has
like
no clue on how to go about this.
Yeah, so I like seeing
It's like
him,
we're following facts and science.
yeah, like I like seeing him like out of place.
Yeah.
and it's fun to still see him do his like detective work. Batman finds out from Carnunos that what's happening in Gotham originated in Tirnanog, so they just got to figure out what's ever going on there to hopefully resolve what's going on in Gotham. And they also see like a huge wall border for Tirnanog that like keeps everybody inside. And there's like a thing where everybody forgets why they're there, like constantly.
Yeah, they have like I think they cast spells to forget.
They like do that on purpose to forget. And so they're just trapped inside this thing and they don't know why, but they're just living.
You just gotta drink a little bit,
And so
then you'll forget.
yeah, exactly. So Batman's like, well, we need to figure out why that happens. And so
And then we see a shot of a bad guy.
yeah, there's like yeah,
He might be a nice fellow,
he could be, but he looks pretty evil.
but just kind of based on principle and colors, looks like a bad guy.
And I know we mentioned this. I just don't want to get away from it. The huge landscape shots are insane. Like when we see the big wall,
Oh yeah,
the coloring of it really adds like the depth to it because it
Yeah.
looks like kind of faded because it's so far away. And I think it's so cool.
Yeah, it's super
and he
impressive.
like adds like textures and like moss onto the mountains. And there's like a lot of detail on these mountains. So if it was like all, I don't know, colored in like a certain way, I could see how this would just be really annoying to look at. But he definitely does Liam justice.
When I think about
It all feels very
if
balanced.
I were to color something, certain books I'd be like, oh yeah, that'd be fun. You're just gonna fill it in.
Yeah.
This if I saw this in pencils, I'd be like, dude.
It would be hard to like
What do you
digest
mean?
in pencils too, because if you get this and it's all inks,
Yeah. I mean,
I'd
if
be
it
like,
was
what am I
inks-
even looking at?
Yeah, I'm like,
There's a Green Lantern page that Liam posted on Twitter all the time. That's just like a landscape of Oa. You have no idea what the fuck anything is, but then when it's colored, it's like, oh, it's very easy. It's
yeah,
very simple.
yeah.
So
And it's crazy because like when he's like drawing it, he has to like kind of remember what everything is
yeah,
and not like lose it, you know?
I wonder what his like turnaround time on like a page like this is. Like I'm sure he's gotten good at like just kind of
Probably a day or
fucking
two.
around with like little details. So I'm sure he's like pretty fast.
Because I feel like with this kind of book, it'd be done before it came out, you know? Because there's
Yeah.
no way you're knocking out like an issue in a month.
Yeah,
you know?
he definitely had like the prep time for this. I would
Yeah.
imagine.
He's like, can I just finish it all?
So issue 4, is that where we're at? Issue 4.
Yep.
So the Fomorians are kind of pissed about the attack on the people that Batman and Wonder Woman did. And so they go to see, Batman and Wonder Woman go to see the Queen Ethne, Ethne, E-T-H-N-E, Ethne. And they're like, just tell me more about this king, which I feel like she would have been involved a lot earlier in the story, not issue like 4. They're like, oh, there's a queen. But she explains that since they forget everything, she has like a history of like that's documented via paintings.
That's kind of cool.
That is really cool. And I think the paintings are drawn and like colored really cool because they look great in contrast to like the page that are very like sharp pages. Like,
yeah, it's not just like
it feels like it's painted.
Yeah, whereas, and like that, the texture of that looks different from everything else.
Yeah, which is a cool effect.
Because if it looked the same, then it would just be weird.
Yeah, and it provides an interesting way to talk about the Tirnanog backstory. But also, if you're trying to figure out what the Tirnanog backstory is, just write a book, you know?
Yeah.
The book's not going to go away. She just like commissioned a bunch of these paintings and be like, okay, here's like the brothers. They're Baylor and Bray. There's like this arm as well. But like if you forget, you're like, why did I commission a painting of a gray arm?
Yeah.
So...
What if there's a forget spell where you forget where the book's at, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah. They're like, oh, fuck, where'd I put that shit?
Yeah.
Later, Batman and Wonder Woman explore an ancient tomb that they aren't supposed to be in, which pisses off the queen. But the stone with like the hole in it shows that the silver arm of Nuada was stolen, which creates more tension between the Fomorian people and like the Daedanon. So even more shit's happening. But it was cool to see like Batman read something that was on the queen and then use that to open the tomb through like Gaelic magic or something. I thought that was a cool part.
Batman's cowl looks like a little different. Like it's got like this like weird cut in it.
Are you talking about the face part?
Yeah, like the part around the cheeks.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it seems cool. But then when I see it, I feel like it's typical. Almost like the flap is like unnecessary. Because normally I feel like it just comes down, you know?
No, I see a lot of artists draw it that way, I think. I think that's like typical. I think doing it straight down is just like, I think that's like a variation of what it typically is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like if I were to look up Batman comic art, I'm pretty sure it would have that in there.
What, the cut specifically?
The cut in like the face part.
I don't think so.
The first thing that comes up is a Brian Hitch cover. It has it.
Let me see. Turn your laptop around.
It's kind of hard to see, but it definitely has it.
Wow. I've been blind.
You haven't actually been using your eyes.
If I ever started to draw Batman, I'd get to that part and be like, what the fuck do they do here?
Like, how does everything come together?
Yeah.
That picture I just showed you is from Tom King's run, and he doesn't have the orange on the logo. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
they did drop it pretty quick, it looks like.
I do remember that cover.
Issue 5, Wonder Woman is like, don't go to war yet. Give me one more day and we'll figure it out. So everyone's like, all right, fine. We won't go to war yet. So then Batman gets some more details from the kid that was originally accused at first, she's the person that found King Aletha's body. And so Batman talks to her and pieces together that the king was not murdered. He switched bodies with someone else and is currently in Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
So this is that page where there's like a lot of dialogue, and so Liam's like, "Oh, let me do something cool with the panels.
Yeah,
let me break it up a little bit," which is fun. And this guy in Gotham is fucking huge,
absolute unit.
He's got the crop top shirt.
No shirts fit him,
which is sick. But like, he's twice as big as everybody else.
Yeah,
it's very.
Can you imagine just seeing this like 9 foot tall man,
and he's jacked all to hell, and you're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" So that was pretty funny. It's just like funny to see him like walk around just other people, just comparing him. But
yeah,
So it turns out that the king took the silver arm of Nuada, and that's like an artifact that can open a portal to the real world, which he plans on doing to free the people of Tirnanog. And so at one point he cuts his arm off and puts on the arm. I don't know why that's necessary. I feel like maybe you need it to like activate. It's a
You
pretty
can just
fucking
like
cool scene.
point it, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, you can't just like fit your arm in there? It's like a thing, but
Yeah, and like this is his first install, and it just goes perfectly fine.
it like welds itself on there or something. It looks like it melts part of his flesh to like fit it to him.
Probably
Pretty hardcore though. And I love this.
Calibrates automatically with his little pose.
He's able to like use his fingers and stuff as soon as he cuts his arm off. Sick scene. I mean, I do like seeing someone cut their arm off just to like accomplish something, you know, like willingly.
Do I have a movie for you, Nathan?
Is it? How many hours is it?
It's about 127.
Holy shit.
The longest movie you've ever seen.
Yeah, dude, that scene is brutal. It's hard to watch.
Yeah, especially when he like hits the nerve,
And
then it's like that.
I hate that noise, dude. I hate that noise. It gives me nightmares.
And then just like the look in his face when he's like, I can't, but I have to.
And he like almost passes out multiple times.
Oh, I love the part when
dude.
he like has to break it first.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah, that part I was fine. I'm like, okay, this is a little gross. And then when he's cutting, he's not doing it fast enough. Right?
Oh, no.
He doesn't have much.
He's got this dull ass knife.
Yeah. Oh, fucking brutal.
And that dude still hikes and shit. Absolutely insane.
He was on Minute to Win It.
I'd be like, I'm good. He was?
Yeah, he was. He was doing activities like one arm.
He's like, all right, now juggle.
And then James Franco came on the screen and he was like, you can do it. Yeah, if I know you, you can do anything. And I'm like, this is a weird comparison, but you cut your arm off, so I know that you can shoot a ping pong ball in a cup. Or
I played you, so I know that I can do it.
Yeah.
So you can do it.
Yeah. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how buff this guy is? Just like this pose specifically is amazing. Like Liam has such a good like sense of anatomy, and
I feel like most people in comic books can just step off the page and go straight into like competing at like a bodybuilding competition and
sure.
just win. No problem.
probably.
You know, I'm going to make a comic with a lot of people who just like aren't there yet, you know, have like a little bit of fat, might have like a little bit of muscle, you know, a lot of super people.
Like the characters in the comic.
Yeah, some dad bods in there.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. But they still have like the dad strength a little bit.
Or
like,
some people that like are really thin that can't put on weight a lot. Everyone's represented. You know what I mean?
that would be cool. Because Liam just draws everybody with 8 packs.
Yeah.
Even like that homeless guy in the Irish Quarter of Gotham, he was like super buff.
Yeah. 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 Well, the realistic, like only really a 4-pack, you know, and then just with right lighting, it looks like a 6-pack, you know?
Right. Yeah. Only like certain panels where the lighting is correct. You're like, wow, he's looking good.
Right.
We also see when he activates the arm, like the pathway to Earth opens up, and there's like an earthquake type thing that happens in Tir na Nog, and then Baylor wakes up.
It breaks the wall.
It breaks the wall, which, is that what's happening? Oh, I see. It looks like it was an earthquake of like everything, but it's the wall like rising up or whatever. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then Baylor and his sea army wakes up, and they're like, we're coming. And so Batman leaves for Gotham with Cernunnos, and basically like a war starts. So that leads us into the last issue. But Baylor looks pretty cool. I like his whole suit, his whole getup. He's basically just Aquaman, kind of, from what I gather from this.
I feel like he's kind of generic as far as like bad guy, you know, long white hair, looking real mean.
I like his sea-inspired armor, though. It reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean.
It is some cool armor.
Yeah, but I agree. He is kind of like basic villain, and for some reason he has laser vision. So he's like a sea guy, and he creates a lot of fire.
So I'm thinking of something called Baylor. You know,
Baylor, yeah.
Probably in like Game of Thrones or something. But looking up Baylor, that is actual like an actual person in like Celtic mythology.
Yeah, a lot of these people are,
which is cool.
Cernunnos is, and Aletha is like I think pretty much the whole royal family is like taken from Celtic mythology, which is pretty cool. So in issue 6, the two races they're fighting a big fight, Daniel. There's multiple double page spreads that are happening. In Gotham, Batman gasses the Fomorians to put him to sleep in Gotham, and Cernunnos gets killed by a spear protecting Wonder Woman, which sucks.
Oh, man.
I was like, fuck, man, this guy was like a really cool character. 2 questions. No, actually, just one question. Did Batman gas the civilians of Gotham too to like knock these Fomorians out?
Got to be sure.
I guess.
I mean,
so.
they were all like in a trance anyway.
That's true.
So
they'll probably just wake up and be like, "Man, that was weird."
Yeah, I really didn't see like the twist coming to where like the king was alive like this whole time.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And he's doing this shit on Earth, to where like it actually ties in Batman, And so once it got to that point, I'm like, okay, good.
Yeah, book. It's a good way to like mix them together because at the beginning it's like
it's just like a whodunit.
Yeah,
and we're like, maybe he can solve this murder.
Yeah,
but there was no murder.
But like, who's Patrick? There was like the homeless guy in Gotham, and his name's Patrick. He's like, I want to go into.
He's in Turnanog.
I guess so. Maybe. Well, this isn't like
He's
the full story,
civilian.
which I didn't realize. I thought this was like 6 issue like only. But
There's
this is like
more.
This is book 1.
Is there a book 2 though?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
Anyway, but there's also like another king. His name's King McCool.
He's the king of the Day Danon, I think.
And he's real McCool.
He's real McCool.
McLovin McCool.
That is a funny name for him.
I'm like, come on.
I think that was also based off of mythology, but he did like a little twist on it.
Perhaps.
It's like in here somewhere. He changed it to like McCool. It's like really something else.
Okay, so now I kind of forgive that Baylor is called Baylor the Evil Eye.
Yeah, because he does have a zappy eye, doesn't he?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm like, Liam Sharp's better than this. So if he's just fun mythology, then I guess.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I love these double page spreads though. There's like so much that happens in each one, and when there's 3 in a row, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He's really going all out. And then I love that Carnunus's body like instantly turns to like bone and like roses. I thought that was kind of a cool
it like
effect. Like
decomposes in a way.
Yeah. It instantly decomposes, but in a very beautiful way. And so Baylor and Aletha have a big fight. Wonder Woman steps in and deflects some heat vision stuff with her gauntlet things, which seemingly kills Baylor. And so that's all resolved. But the pathways are open still to Gotham, and Carnunus was reborn as a child, like instantly, which is interesting. And but Baylor is still alive, and he's got a big monster or something, and that's the end of the book.
I didn't expect Commissioner Gordon to be in this.
I know. I'm like, Gordon, what is he gonna do?
I'm like, how's he helping here?
But it's just like one shot of Gordon. He looks great, and he's like, what are we gonna do with all these monsters?
He's like, you knocked out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, what are we gonna do here? And then Batman's like, we gotta secure them. And he's like, what do you want me to do? Like, so I wish Carnunus wasn't like immediately reborn, so that it feels like the book has like a little bit more stake. Because if he's gonna come back, just do that in like issue 7.
It was kind of nice though.
It is kind of nice to know that he's alive.
Because I would not keep reading this book if there's no Carnunus in the rest of it.
He is really cool. But yeah, so at the very last page, it just says end of book 1.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's like a second trade out yet.
I thought it was odd that Wonder Woman just deflects a little blast, and then Evil Eye's just like, he just disappears.
Yeah, it seems like he got like disintegrated or something, and I guess that makes sense because her gauntlets are supposed to like deflect anything. But yeah, she just kind of like jumps in and does it real quick, and she's like, all right, what happens now?
Some dialogue I didn't love is that the king had. He's like talking to like his brother.
Yeah.
And he's like, let's do this. And then they start fighting.
Yeah, you don't need to like announce when fighting is going to start. Just like start the fighting.
Yeah, have like some element of surprise. You know?
Like people talk about that scene in like Star Wars where it's Yoda and Count Dooku about to fight, and they talk about how they're about to fight, and then they start fighting.
Yeah.
I forget what he even says, but yeah, just start fighting. You don't need to say this.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into Back Matter Matters.
Back Matter Matters.
And we got 1 page. I would have killed for some pencils or some more from Liam, but we got the reference guide, and it tells you about Carnunus and how to pronounce it, which is pretty nice. King McCool is actually named King MacQueel or something.
McCool sounds way cool.
McCool's much better. I'm glad that he changed it to that. So that's good. Yeah, and then the Day Danon is also a thing. So they also reference like Danu a lot, which is like their goddess, even though Carnunus is a god. So I think I don't know how that works, but pretty cool that he gave us a little reference guide. But that's it for Back Matter, Daniel.
Yeah, not our best back matter that we've had here.
Unfortunately. So what would you rate this book?
Nathan, I rated Nathan's Famous all beef hot dog because it's your birthday.
Oh, okay.
So Nathan's Famous.
What kind of toppings we throwing on there?
We'll just they have a bacon dog. So I think just the bacon dog, no chili or cheese. It hasn't earned that, but it was really good stuff,
Yeah.
So I guess on the level to translate that, I'd say about like 11,
Okay. Yeah, I'd give this like a box combo from Cane's. I would say it's like pretty good, and like you kind of know what you're getting. I would sub the slaw obviously for the toast
easily. Of
it's
course,
like just what I want.
I think with all how dense it is, you still get the slaw and you have to eat it.
Okay, fair. But I still get an extra toast.
It's not bad if you make like a sandwich out of it.
Have you ever done the sandwich at Cane's?
No, I've never ordered it. I want to because I think I'll like it.
I don't know if I would. I feel like I'd eat it and then I'd accidentally pull out a strip. And I'd be like, what do I do now?
I don't think it's a patty, is it?
No, it's not. It's just 3 strips.
On bread.
On bread, yeah. You can basically make it yourself if you sub the slaw.
Yeah, I hate when people do that. Like, you're not doing anything creative here. You're just putting all the pieces together.
Yeah, exactly. You're just assembling it for me.
But I've grown to love like a chicken sandwich that has a bit of slaw on there,
Okay.
Especially if it's like really saucy,
Yeah. But pretty good. I think if I knew it was not a complete story, I don't know if I would have done it for my birthday. Because there's like a little bit here that like doesn't resolve. So that's not on Liam at all. It's just a fault on me not knowing that it was 12 issues. I thought it was 6. So
it is 12 issues? Like you confirm that?
I did not confirm it, but I can right now. Let me see. I assume so because this is the end of book 1. I doubt it went for like 18 or 24 issues, but
I'm just seeing the 1 trade and I'm only seeing the 6 issues. So maybe it was called something else, like The Brave and the Bold and something else.
It could have been.
But maybe it just ended here.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Renewal's not that common in DC.
Oh, yeah, on the single issues it says it's a 6-issue miniseries.
Maybe because they wrapped it up there.
Yeah, maybe. That's a bummer. I really like the Brave and the Bold from Mark. I think it was from Mark Waid. There was like a pre-New 52 Brave and the Bold that was just, they were all like one-shots basically, but I think it was Mark Waid pairing like the weirdest characters together. I think there was like a Nightwing and like a Hawkman like one. And it's like, how do these characters interact? But I don't think I see it on Comixology anywhere.
Maybe it doesn't exist.
It does exist. I definitely didn't make it up in my head.
Sounds pretty made up.
Nope, here it is.
I think you just want it really bad.
No, I just found it. So the first one's like a Batman Green Lantern. There's a Green Lantern Supergirl one. There's a Batman and Blue Beetle.
Nice.
Supergirl and Lobo.
Okay.
Wonder Woman, Power Girl, Flash and the Doom Patrol.
Oh, nice. I'd read that.
There's a Hawkman and Metal Man and Black Hawk one. Superman and Teen Titans. So I just remember reading this one and I was like, this is fun. I never would have thought that Superman and Ultraman would have a series together or be in a book together.
Yeah.
Or Dead Man and Green Arrow. So anyway, that was just like a random thought. But anyway, let's get into the poll list,
Shove it in your box. The poll list, what did you shove in your box?
You didn't go today, huh?
Nope.
Okay, I went today. I had no idea what was going to be there. Nothing was there except for Grifter got run over by a reindeer.
Of course, the DC holiday special.
The DC holiday special, 80-page giant. I'm really excited. Johnny Layman has a story on there.
Oh, true.
Which is pretty cool.
Was it $10?
It was $10.
Ah,
correct. But it was the only thing I picked up.
So it's like 8 cents per page, I think.
That's pretty good. I'd pay 8 cents for a couple pages.
Some good value there.
Yeah. But that's the only thing I picked up other than I picked up the trade that I'm going to give you for Christmas when we do that thing. Where we give each other a trade and then read on the pod.
Perfect.
And I think you're going to like it.
I think that too, by your gift.
Okay, cool.
But I think it would be hilarious if we just happened to get each other the same trade.
That would be insane.
There's no fucking shot.
And based off what I got, it's kind of possible.
That's what I think too. Like, there's enough there to where you see it. I think you'll like it.
Have we talked about it before?
I don't think so, but it's not impossible. Have we talked about your book before?
I want to say that we have, but I can't say. I think we just like we're reading something else and we're like, oh, we got to read this at some point, and then would keep going like on with the episode. I saw it, but even if we haven't, I think you're gonna like it. So
we should do that thing that people do at like grocery stores when they're picking snacks and stuff, but they're just going like, stop. And but we're like at Ash Ave because all the trades are in one spot.
That would be kind of fun, actually.
So we go to that section and then I go up and down, be like, that shelf.
It's like the Target thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That
would be fun.
We would not find many good books there, but like, and it had to be like a number one, volume 1, but I think it could be fun.
I'll say what I was really close to getting you is Bug the Forager.
Oh, I would have liked that.
I know. I was like, this would be a good one. But
I mean, we did a Mike Allred book last year for this segment.
Oh yeah, it was X-Ray Robot, huh?
It sure was.
Yeah, good book.
Good book. It was a lot of fun.
Very funky. So yeah, that's all I picked up.
So I'll probably grab Stillwater 16 and I'll maybe flip through Justice Society of America #1 that came out.
I didn't see that there.
By Jeff Johns.
And Mikhail Janine.
Look cool.
Did that come out?
I guess if
maybe
Janine is on it, then I'll probably just like it based
pick
on
it up.
Yeah, especially with how small of a week it is. You know.
Yeah.
Did you watch anything?
I watched the Guardians Holiday Special.
Anything else?
And Klaus on Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I watched those two things back to back.
Oh, that's a movie, isn't it? It's like a kids
animated movie.
Oh, okay.
J.K. Simmons is Santa.
Is he really?
It is so good.
I'm watching that today.
He's like top 3 actors for me. Not just because of this performance, but I was thinking about it.
This puts him even higher.
It does. It didn't hurt him, that's for sure. Because he was really good in this. But he's so good. But I gotta look at the cast.
Have you seen it before?
No.
Oh, okay.
I remember I told Ben to watch it for some reason, my buddy Ben, and I was like, yeah, it's got like nominated for an award or something. And then he watched it and he was like, dude, it's so good. I'm like, oh, I haven't seen it.
I was just telling you to do stuff.
The main character is Jason Schwartzman.
Oh, okay.
Rashida Jones is in it.
Okay.
So pretty good. Really, really good though. Like incredible animation, and it like never falters at all at any point in the movie.
Nice.
But it's really cool. It's got a really nice message.
I wonder if I can convince Sarah to watch that.
I think you probably could if she's getting in like a Christmas mood at any point.
Yeah.
But
okay.
But yeah, that was really good. I also read this week 8 Billion Genies, #6.
Yes. I did not read it, but
I'm continually like impressed by this book.
Really? It's like still going,
yeah,
like as far as being creative and keeping you.
Yeah, because the format of the book is that it's in 8s, and it was like the first 8 minutes, first 8 hours, first 8 days, first 8 weeks, and now it's on the first 8 years. And I'm like, this will be a little confusing, I think, and it was a little bit, but I really like where it's going.
The next would be like the next 8 decades.
Yeah, and then like the next 8 centuries, because people surely have wished to become immortal.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so in 8 centuries, like some of the people will still be alive. They're still progressing like what genies can actually like do, and it's really cool.
That's cool because it feels like they shouldn't have that many abilities, but it always seems natural.
Yeah,
and then it seems to work really well.
There's like a thing that happens societally where people judge other people for still having like their wish, and so people will like hide their genies, like they can just go invisible. You know?
Okay.
So like there's a lot of really interesting things like, that progress.
Didn't use their wish.
Like, you didn't use your wish. Were you better
disgusting.
Kind of like that. Or like when someone gets born, what happens there? You know? So it's still really good. I also read Doctor Strange by Trad Moore.
Yeah. What'd you think?
That guy is a treasure to the comic book medium.
Absolutely.
As a whole. I like opened the first page and I'm like, well, actually the first page is a little weird, but the page after that I'm like, what am I? This is unreal.
Yeah.
I don't know how someone could even fathom visualizing something even close to Tradmore. What's going on in the story? Fuck if I know. It was really... No, I actually do.
Who gives a shit?
I do understand it. He like loses parts of his memory and is like in this strange land. He's just trying to find his way back kind of deal.
Sure.
And he slowly gets it back and he's like, oh yeah, I'm the Sorcerer Supreme.
It's perfect for Tradmore. Strange places.
Yeah, strange places. Yeah, mystical stuff. And like when he's fighting... It's very like mystical. There's a page where it's just Doctor Strange's face, but he's fighting a bunch of people and he's got like multiple arms, right? But he's got multiple faces where like it's got, imagine like a silhouette of like Doctor Strange's face.
Yeah.
But there's multiple like faces on that, like what would normally be just like a normal outline of his face.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is really creative. Like he gets like he's so good. So I'm excited to keep reading that.
Cool.
So that got me super jazzed. And I bought but have not played Gotham Knights.
Oh yeah.
It was on sale, which is a good sign.
Oh nice.
I think it was a Cyber Monday sale or something. So I got it for like $35.
Oh man.
I'm gonna play it with Parker.
I didn't even think about that.
We're gonna see how we do.
Yeah. I've just been kind of like reading a little bit Fairyland here, a little bit of manga over there, you know.
Okay. Very nice.
Every couple weeks, every couple months, I guess, I go to Zia. And I went Black Friday because buy 3 used things, get 1 free. I'm like, can't pass that up.
Yeah, I gotta get 4 trades.
Almost. But ever since I got a Switch, I like checked their Switch area where they have games, very small selection.
Okay.
Nothing I'm very interested in, but they had Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 for Switch, and it was like $14. I'm like, what a steal.
You played the first one, right?
Nope.
You haven't?
No.
That's the GOAT right there. Have I played through the second one?
I think you said the second one you really liked.
No, the first one is like, it's up there with like Lego Star Wars.
Get it for me for Christmas because
I don't know if it's on Switch. I'll find out though, and I'll get it for you.
Yeah, I think it was. I can't remember that. It's really hard.
Have you played it? The one that you got?
Yeah.
Is it in New York?
It's like everywhere.
Okay, the one that I played is like pretty exclusively like in New York.
Okay, no, yeah,
You can go to like Avengers Tower and then like the Baxter Building.
The first one was on like the first mission was like a Guardians mission, and they're on like that.
I do remember that. I have played a little
Novacore place, and then last thing I did was like it was like Thor in like Syria or something.
Okay,
it was like a snowy.
Is it fun?
Level. Yeah, lots of fun. I like it a lot. But I'm ashamed to say that only like 2% into the game, you know, like completion wise, I've looked up twice what to do. Like I had to look up a video playthrough. I'm like, so what the fuck do I do now?
That happened to me once in the first Lego Marvel thing.
Okay.
I was like,
it's like you destroy all the things and you think you press all the buttons,
and
but then you're
do
like,
I have to build anything?
I need to get past this wall. How do I move it? You know?
How do I shoot a laser?
And turns out I had to like use Captain America to throw his shield at something. And it was very confusing.
Yeah, sometimes it's very hard to play those games.
Yeah, I know. I feel so dumb.
Yeah, it's like, so funny. Like, what do I do here?
This is E for everybody.
Not for me, though.
Not for me. But yeah, I watched...
That's hilarious.
So I'm on like horror TikTok, so a lot of recommendations and stuff like that. I had no interest in watching this movie that came out a couple years ago called Suspiria. It's got the lady from 50 Shades of Grey and then some other people.
Okay.
And it's just like this horror movie where they're in Berlin or something, and it's just about this dance company or something, and somehow it's scary.
Okay, great.
And so it was like 70% Rotten Tomatoes is the best option Rotten Tomatoes wise that we watched or that we were looking up. But Nathan, this is the weirdest fucking movie I've ever seen in my life.
Ever?
Without a doubt. I fell asleep during it because it was a little slow at first. And then I woke up for like this like big finale thing.
So you fell asleep in the beginning, woke up at the end.
I fell asleep in like the middle. Like Sarah fell asleep before me, and I was like really like trying to get with it. But it's like this. It turns into like this body horror cult thing, and it was just like insane. I want to just. Did I rent it? No, I think it was on streaming. I think we should just watch like the last like 10 minutes.
Okay,
because
that's fine.
It's so insane. I was like. And there's nothing in the movie, even though I fell asleep, I know that there's nothing in this movie that justifies or explains what happened at the end. And then like,
gotta love those.
We just like couldn't stop watching it, you know, not in like a good way though. Okay. Know? And then it just kept going. Like the movie just acted like it didn't, just that scene just didn't just happen. And I'm like, when is this over? It was like a 2.5-hour movie.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So we needed a chaser movie. So we watched I Love You, Man.
Oh, good movie.
And that's one of the best movies ever. I swear to God. I love that movie.
Does it hold up still?
It definitely holds up. It's been a couple years for me, but
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a few years either.
But no, it's still a great movie.
Okay.
That might be like my favorite comedy, honestly.
Ooh, wow. Big words.
Yeah.
For me, it's definitely Hot Rod.
That is up there.
Yeah. I think I Love You, Man's like top 3. Easy. It might be like number 2.
And then Rick and Morty came back. They're about like 3 episodes into like the second half of the season.
Oh, okay.
And in that show is just pure genius. Like I watched that, I'm like, this is incredible. I'm like, this is so smart, and I'm like, this is so well done. You know,
What made you think this thought? Like, at what point? What happened?
So Rick and Morty are fighting like, I don't know what they called them, but like trends in fiction, and they were stuck in a previously on section, and it turns out, and like Rick figures out that he's just stuck in a previously on, and it turns out that the character previous Leon is trapping them in a previously on.
You're right. This is genius.
And then it just branches off from there and gets crazier. And I'm like, this is so, who thinks of this? And I'm like I was just like, this show is so good.
That's hilarious.
And yeah, it's so good. And there's so many DC references. Like there's this, they get zapped and teleported. He's like, we just got Dr. Manhattan and shit like that. And there's some other DC reference I can't remember.
Yeah, they do.
You have to watch that.
Yeah. I typically just like wait for the season and I like binge it all.
Okay.
That's what I did with the last season. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, that's definitely like the way to go. Just watching one episode, then just like unplugging from that. Yeah. I was watching like 3 in a row. Good show. Good show. Mm-hmm. But the Guardians holiday special came out, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
And this was a delight.
It was. It was what, like 45 minutes? Something like that? And it was amazing in so many ways.
Nathan, it was better than Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
No. I like all.
I rank it 1 holiday special, 2.
I don't know where I would rank this.
Okay, no. 1 holiday special, 3, and then 2.
So you think 3 is going to be worse than 1, but better than 2, but worse than the holiday special?
Yep. It's going to be hard to beat.
Gotcha. Okay. I saw like a Twitter post and someone's like, which one's better, 1 or 2? And I was like, I wonder how many people are just going to say 1. There was a surprising amount of people that said 2. They're on my side, Daniel. We're out there.
Oh, what was the percentages?
It wasn't like a poll. It was just like a picture. There's like 2 pictures, 1 or 2, and it's like discuss or whatever. And so I saw like at least 5 people, and I didn't scroll through this very long.
Sure.
That said volume 2, and I'm like, yes, it's not just me. I want to watch them both again just to confirm that I'm right about this. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about today.
I did rewatch all of the Marvel stuff like last year, and I was staying as open-minded as possible and then also that's the first rewatch of the second one.
Yeah.
To really see if there's anything I missed and to try and see your point of view, but I still stick with 1 being better.
One of these days, I'm just going to have like a whole essay of things.
We should do a whole episode debating.
We can. I just will need to prepare.
Absolutely.
But anyway, the holiday special.
Daniel, there's an animated bit that I didn't expect. It started like that. I'm like, I was like, whoa. I thought this was live action.
Yeah, same. I was like, this is interesting.
It's just a recap of Peter Quill's previous experience with Christmas.
Which is fun. And he's like, God damn it, I don't want any Christmas. We all do. And Daniel, we got Cosmo.
Oh
my God.
And she's talking.
You know what? You're right. This is better than volume 2. It's better than all of them.
That's what I'm saying.
Just because we have Cosmo.
And being Cosmo, you see her telekinesis.
Did we?
Yeah.
What did she telekinetic?
It's just like these like panels that were like on.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Rocket's like, right, what's the point of having this if you can't do it right or something?
Yeah. What did you think of like the Cosmo voice? I definitely envisioned something different in my head, but
obviously with like the comic you read, I figured it'd be like a Russian man or something.
It was a boy dog.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, but I was like okay with it. I'm like, yeah,
I was
that
fine
works.
with it too. I was like, this is just different.
I didn't completely understand what she was saying, and I thought it just made her cuter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, totally adorable.
I thought it was funny that it was like an animated dog. Like it wasn't like a real dog.
Yeah, it was just like all CGI, which is probably smart in the long run.
So you don't. Yeah, you can make them do whatever you want.
So the dog doesn't die as well.
You can get like another golden retriever or whatever he is.
No, you can't. I really enjoyed the first song. I think that
was very funny.
I think it's such a good like concept to have like aliens try and make a song about a thing that they've never experienced, and so they like butchered all the like Christmas traditions in a way.
Yeah.
And I thought that the whole song was just so fun the whole time.
And Peter said exactly what I was thinking. He's like, "You guys just got these instruments,
Yeah,
because they had like perfect chord progressions. They kept time and shit
they,
like that.
They had a really good song, really good lyrics.
I obviously have to like forget about that, you know, just for the sake of it being a good song.
But he's good at just like James Gunn is good at being like, yeah, this is ridiculous. We'll say that it is, you know, first and foremost. But yeah, it's like really good. I don't know if like the Guardians necessarily felt like the Guardians in like Thor: Love and Thunder.
Sure.
We didn't see much of them, so I tried not to like judge too hard, I guess, even though I don't like that movie. But it felt nice having them all there, you know?
Okay, so you see that movie and you think, I don't like that movie.
Thor: Love and Thunder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just like, bad movie.
Yeah.
You're not just like, I didn't like this as much as the others. You're just like, bad movie.
I don't think it's a good movie, no.
Wow. Okay.
I think
Mantis is Peter's sister, apparently.
Yeah, that was...
Which makes a lot of sense. I just didn't really think about it.
It does make a lot of sense. And I think I like that a lot.
I thought Mantis and Ego were like fucking, you know?
It seems like they would have been, but it also makes sense that he just like created her or something. Is that what they explained? So technically they're
They
sisters?
didn't really explain it. Sarah's like, when did they explain that she was his sister? I'm like, I think right now.
Yeah, we're doing it.
I didn't know this either.
So that's cool. Yeah, Kevin Bacon's the big one.
That was awesome. I felt like he
had a lot of fun.
Put 100% into this,
Yeah.
which I appreciate.
Yeah, which is really
he wasn't
cool.
just phoning it in because he happened to be included.
Yeah. Sophia didn't know who Kevin Bacon was, and she didn't understand the reference, so she's like, what is going on here?
Oh my God. You're dating a child.
Pretty much. I mean, but she doesn't watch I don't really know who he is too much. I can't name a whole lot of movies from him.
Yeah, he's in like Footloose.
Yeah.
You know, that's all you need.
I haven't seen that movie.
He's in X-Men First Class.
I have seen that movie.
I haven't seen Footloose either, but I get the reference.
Yeah, I do too. But anyway.
Did you notice that Mantis has like a force dash?
A what?
A force dash. You know how they just like zoom?
Oh,
real quick?
yeah.
She like was jumping all over his house and going like really fucking fast just for these jolts at a
Oh,
time.
yeah. I was like, this is scary.
Yeah, I know.
I guess maybe the gravity on Ego is like a lot heavier.
Perhaps. And Drax is just bulletproof.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
He was just having fun fighting cops and stuff. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah. I thought, did you notice that there was like a homeless dude on Nowhere and it kind of looked like Mark Hamill?
No, I didn't notice that.
I looked into it. It turns out it was not Mark Hamill. It was just some other guy.
Okay.
And there was like teasers that Mark Hamill might be in a James Gunn thing, you know, like Guardians.
I hope so.
It turns out he wasn't.
Oh, okay. Who would you cast for Mark Hamill in MCU? Just anything.
Who would I cast Mark Hamill as? I don't really know that many characters that are not already
who's
used.
left?
You know, who's left?
I like him voice acting, so maybe it'd be like an alien-ish character.
Oh, okay. So like a voice acting.
Yeah, it could be like a voice acting thing. I think that'd be cool. I just don't know what alien. Fing Fang Foom.
Oh,
that's what I
think that's it.
Yeah.
I feel like he could be like borderline like an Odin, like some sort of Asgardian, like an old Asgardian.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Someone of like authority and like power, you know, not
Yeah.
just like some hero thing, you know.
For a second, I'm like maybe like a Nova. If there's like an old Nova and then like young kid Nova, maybe
be Dick Ryder.
He could be Dick Ryder. That'd be cool. Anyway, what else in this? I think.
And then Groot was like super bulky.
Yeah, what is up with it?
He was fucking
like,
huge.
He looks weird, right?
I think it was like a baby Groot head on like someone wearing a Groot costume. It
Which
almost
I
looked
didn't
like.
enjoy What I did enjoy though is that it's just normal Vin Diesel voice again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's funny.
I think like his head needs time to like kind of grow to where it's like taller because he's not growing back into like his normal Groot physique or whatever.
No, it's like changing.
Yeah, he's going to be different because he's not the first Groot, you know?
Yeah, I do enjoy seeing the progression of it though.
Yeah, him being bulkier is kind of cool though. So
Yeah.
I'm all right with it. I don't know if it was like a budget cut kind of thing or whatever, but
I just wanted it like, I don't know what to expect. I figured he would have been like his like
a little bit taller teenager,
self.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then, did you see the after credit scene?
I don't think so.
So I only saw it because like the credits happen and it's like skip credits. I'm like, okay. And then it goes to, it's just like Cosmo it's just Cosmo and Rocket like decorating Groot.
Oh yeah, I
as
did
a
see
Christmas
that.
tree.
Yeah,
and he's just standing like that. I'm
thought
like,
that was funny.
he's a treat.
Yeah,
funny.
that's so cute. Yeah, because he looked like a treat.
Well, it's kind of morbid, isn't it?
I think the funniest joke in here is when they get Kevin Bacon and they're on Nowhere, and then like Star-Lord gets really mad, and he's like, "This is human trafficking," and then Drax is like, "Yes," and he's so excited about it. I was like, "That's such a good joke."
Yeah,
he's so excited about it. But yeah, it was awesome. I liked seeing Nowhere and like a bunch of Christmas lights and stuff. I was like, this is just really nice.
Yeah, no, it was like very like cute, and it is what it was like supposed to be. You know, that could have been bad, but it wasn't.
And Drax got his little elf man.
That was funny. And then Rocket got Bucky's arm somehow.
I was like, how did they get that? You know,
I'm like, did he get a new one? I can't remember.
It was nice seeing everybody get gifts like while the song was going.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny. Pretty good.
Good time.
And the animations, I guess, were like they look a little bit choppy, but it's like on purpose because it's supposed to feel like a 70s or 80s like little cartoon thing.
Yeah, I guess it was from a studio or something that like James Gunn knew, or it was inspired by like something that he used to watch as a kid,
which I think is cool.
Yeah,
it was also cool that Yondu started his like little trinkets from like a Christmas gift.
Yeah,
I thought that was so nice.
I was like, wow, what a great origin for this like, thing I didn't wonder about.
Yeah, I didn't wonder about it at all.
And that's where Quill got his blasters.
Yeah,
which is
that
neat.
I think was a little bit like, okay, do we need an origin for this? But it makes sense.
Sure. I mean, it was just probably like, got it from him anyway.
It's crazy that this just worked.
Yeah,
because it
didn't feel like forced.
There's some awkward sci-fi holiday specials out there. Not pointing any fingers at anything that came out in the 70s.
Yeah, nothing I can think of off the top of the dome.
Yeah, no, I can't think of any space operas that had
like solar opposites.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah,
but yeah, this is really good, and I'm just impressed.
Yeah, good time.
I like Christmas and I like comic books. So.
I love a holiday special, no matter what time of year.
Yeah,
I like going through like New Girl. I've gone through 2 Halloween specials already, you know.
I love those too. So yeah.
Anyway, good special. Good episode. It was basically like an episode,
He's 3 for 3 with Guardians so far.
Yep. Killing it. And we got what are we gonna read next week? Speaking of Christmas, Nathan.
Yeah, speaking of Christmas.
We got our Christmas episodes coming up this next 2 weeks.
We got 2 of them.
Yeah, we got our normal one coming out the Christmas week or whatever. And then we're making up for last year because we read Kingsman instead of a Christmas book.
Oh, yeah.
Because it came out on Christmas.
We fucked up there.
Yeah, so we're doing double Christmas books this
year. So what are we
year.
reading next week then, Daniel?
Nathan, we got some options. I'll let you decide. I'm okay with any of these.
Okay.
The Punisher, Very Special Holiday.
Okay.
We have Happy.
He needs some Christmas spirit.
Yeah. Could be a little more jolly, I would say.
Yeah. Happy. Okay.
We have Happy by Grant Morrison.
That would be good.
We have The Last Christmas. That was the one with like Santa and he's got all the guns for some reason.
Is that like an image book? Oh, Jerry Duggan. Okay.
Yeah.
Rick Remender. What? Is the illustrator? I don't think that's right.
This is Image, Nathan.
Okay. I just wanted to see.
So you saw the cover, yeah?
That looks pretty good. I think we should include that at some point.
Or we have The Naughty List.
Ooh.
Which is that Aftershock book.
The Naughty List. That sounds fun too. That sounds like it'd be pretty violent as well. Oh, I've seen this. This is Oh, I thought this was like a Garth Ennis book.
Oh no, I wish, dude.
Oh, fuck, this looks good too.
Yeah, so a lot of options. But we can't just we're not doing all of them in December, because we got to save some for next year and the following
There's
year.
not a whole lot of Christmas content
right
there. I think we should do one independent for sure.
which is the three of them, I think. Isn't there's Happy Vertigo?
Happy is Vertigo, yeah. I think we go with Punisher Christmas because that's funny. And
oh no, Happy is Image.
Oh, okay, that makes sense too.
3 indies.
I think we go Punisher, and I think we go The Last Christmas. What do you think?
Let's do Naughty List since it's like it came out this year.
Oh, it did? Okay. Yeah, let's do that then.
Came out in September, so
sweet. Yeah, I'm cool.
Punisher first and Naughty List first.
Let's do Punisher.
Okay, sounds good. We got the Punisher very special holiday.
Yes. Next week.
We got a Linktree in the bio.
We got a YouTube. Hopefully you're watching on there. Give us a like.
Yeah, give us a like. Give us a follow. Give us a sub.
Yes. Tell us your favorite holiday special.
Yeah, tell us which holiday special to read. You can
or watch.
You can recommend or watch.
I recommend you watching the Solar Opposites Christmas special. You don't need to know anything about that show.
Every single year.
I still haven't watched it this year.
Or underrated Christmas movies.
Yeah.
I'm up to suggestions as well.
Dude, I watched the Polar Express this last week too.
Uh-huh.
That show or that movie bangs.
It's all right.
It's like pretty good. I think you should watch it again. I thought it was all right, and I put it on expecting to ignore it because I was doing laundry or something, and I was like, this is riveting. Anyway.
You can send all those suggestions to tradewaiterspod@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
The show.
Peace.
Alrighty.